We're in the model unit for the Skyline collection. We're in a back-to-back 2-bedroom. All of these units feel spacious, large, grand. Being at this level, they know they're appealing to a higher end consumer, someone who's looking to pay more for their rent, who wants all the amenities that this building has, but wants the little extra luxuries that make them feel special. That's what the Skyline collection's all about. The space is very, very good. If we look at this room, 15.9 by 33.3 here. One thing that I like, you'll notice that they have a junction box up here. So at my home, I moved into an apartment. I added a light here to really set this off. I would get something that starts there and expands this way in the room to go right over the dining room because this is the clear choice of space for it. The living room gives such a nice amount of room between here and where you're actually going to watch the TV. You can scan this entire space. And if you had children or if you need space, because a lot of apartments are lacking it, this feels large. It is large. It really offers what you need. This isn't your standard apartment. This really feels condo size in nature. You'll notice the island over here. I like that you have space for something right here. You know, it's funny, from a distance, I was looking at this and it looked like it was going to be tight for my legs. It's not. It's actually very comfortable. And then if we go on this side, we have easily 2. And they've done something a little different where it tucks in and they have it all open all the way around. So they don't have a cascading cantilevering countertop. It's indented. So the countertop is actually going right over the cabinets, but the cabinets are moving out. And then you can open it right on this side to access what you need. I love that all the hardware is integrated. You don't have bulky handles protruding out. The quartz up and down is the best look. It's the cleanest look. And you have your laundry right here as well. Adam, behind the camera there, he was like, I don't like this. I don't like that it's right here. I do, because this is where all your noise is going to be. When you go to bed, when you run the laundry, this is going to be as far away from the units or from the bedrooms as possible. So you have that insulation between you and all the noise that's going to be made. You have a Blumberg refrigerator here, and you have a water dispenser. Always a sought after feature, so you're getting filtered water. You can easily change it up here when you need to. And in case you were wondering where the microwave is, it's right here. All the cabinetry is Italian. Oh, and there's a dishwasher, Blumberg dishwasher as well. But all the cabinetry is Italian, all soft close. And it's nice to have this extra piece of cabinetry here where you can go deep, where you have a nice deep place to put things. So these are on a push button. And it's very large, very spacious. For your thermostats here, you have an 𝗥𝗢𝗄𝗡 system, which means just like a Nest. A lot of people choose these because they are said to function better. I've heard many more positive things about these thermostats versus the Nest, even though the Nest is much more beautiful. You're going to be able to control this from anywhere you are, which is, it's part of the whole green feature of this building, the technology feature of this building, and you have 2 different zones here. So one's going to be controlling, most likely, this living space and this bedroom, and then one's going to control the primary suite. We have our guest bath here. I love the low profile granite that they did here. It's very, it blends in, and that's really what you want. You don't want things that stand out just to stand out. You want things that look tasteful and elegant in the options, and you have really good tile here as well. We've seen this everywhere. They're using 𝗬𝗢𝗡 tubs, 𝗬𝗢𝗡 toilets, 𝗬𝗢𝗡 sinks, and these are all high-end things that you only find in high-end homes. Good closet space. They're using an alpha-like system, which means you can easily buy these shelves, integrate them into this system, take them with you or sell them when you decide to leave. There's always an option to change what you're given. This bedroom, about 10.2 by 14.7. So narrow, but good size. This seems to be a full or twin bed. Someone commented that, I always say that wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know what full or twin is. I rarely seem to be perfectly honest. Queens or kings are what I'm usually seeing. But I think this is a full. Nightstands on both sides, which is always important. Between this bed nook, you have 9.6 in space here by itself. So you have a good amount of space to work out everything you need. Our ceiling height on this unit is 10 even, and that's what we've seen on all the Skyline collection units. Good sized closet that we went over already. And then we have the primary suite. The lighting throughout all these units is really sharp. It's just enough to give you some glow, not enough to wake you up and shock you in the middle of the night when you get up and have to do your business. You have the dual sinks, all the other features. I would love if these opened. They don't, but that's okay. You do have a ton of storage underneath, and the stand-up shower with the caddy here is always a plus. And having the hand shower and the overhead shower are always good. And I just noticed, I didn't see it in the last one, but this seems to be a polished nickel. Yeah, everything here is polished nickel, which is personally one of my favorite finishes. It exudes that elegance. It's really as nice as it gets. And they have a nice towel holder here. Is there something behind the door? No, but you have another one right here as well. There's these little items, and part of me wonders if these were added by a tenant that was here before, but no, this was a model. So there's these little items that you think about only after you move in, and in NEMA, they have all of them. NEMA's been very good at curating the space, how it's truly used and truly designed. Beneath us is a plank flooring. That's realtor speak for any type of wood flooring that we can't call wood, right? So plank's always funny. Wow. Wow. So this is 23 by 11.9. I mean, these are condo rooms. These aren't apartment rooms. We never see rooms this large. We're walking through places and I'm like sidestepping to get around everything. We haven't had to do any of that here. Here's a great size closet. It's big, enormous. This is all you get. No, I'm kidding. This isn't all you get. This is just a supplementary closet, and they have a great, nice big walk-in here, which is roughly 4.6 by 11. Now, you can't use where the door swings, so if we use the door swing size, we're gonna have 7.11 or 8 feet by 4.6, which is still huge. And you're not gonna have a bust here, but you could be able to use this. I would probably use some hooks or something to hang things in this space. It's well built out, and the colors are really good. You know what I thought this was? I thought this was illuminated up here. It's not. I mean, that would be really over the top. But what it does have is like a piece of plastic up top here. So when you're moving your hangers, you don't hear the of the metal on metal. It would be plastic on metal, so it's going to dull that sound and deaden it. I love that they have the shelves up top. Most places do not have enough shelving. And then even better, they have storage for your shoes down here, or bags, or whatever you may have, which is often neglected. Usually it's cheaper, more straightforward storage. I've been impressed with everything I see at NEMA. When you're ready to come and tour this building, give us a call. I'd love to show it to you. We're at NEMA today. This is the best amenity building in Chicago, period. Over 75,000 square feet of amenities on multiple levels. We're checking out one of the Skyline collections today, which is their upper tier, higher end units. With that, you get access to the Skyline Lounge. Right off the bat, come here. I love how they have a separate box for the address right here, and then you have a doorbell. And I hope you heard that. We're sitting in a corner. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath. Immediately when you walk in, you have your closets to the side, laundry off to the side as well, which you're going to keep away from the primary suite so you don't have all the noise. And then you have a guest bath, which has dual doors going from both sides. So it's kind of a Jack and Jill situation, so you can access it from the second bedroom here. So whether it's a roommate situation, den, nursery, whatever you may have, it works really well. Right when you walk in, you can feel how nice these finishes are. They've complemented the Italian cabinetry very well with the quartz. There's a single bowl sink, gas stove, which can be hard to get sometimes, and then you have all gripless, integrated cabinetry, except for the few pop ones here, but all of this has no hardware at all. There's a Bloomberg fridge, which is integrated. I have this same fridge, works very well. The views here are spectacular. There isn't one residence in Chicago that has better views than these. You can see the Soldier Field, you can see Chicago's parks, you can see Chicago's museums, you can see everything that Chicago is known for from these units. And our ceiling height here is very impressive. Looks to be about 10 feet. Yes, 10 even. And this room, roughly 26 by 19 feet, really large space. You have a plethora of options of where to set up your room, how you want to lay things out. They have window treatments included, of course. One thing that's very unique about this building is their technology system. So they have gigabit internet. This is probably one of the fastest buildings in Chicago in terms of internet speed. But you also can connect to everything. So they have a complete Lutron system that you can set up with your phone, your Google Home, Apple Home, Alexa, all those different things. Come on into the primary suite. We have good space in here. We're looking at, so we're 11.6 by 10.3. Now the measurements I did there are to the smallest parts of the room. So this room's actually gonna have about an extra, almost 2 feet here. So you can add that for the other measurement. And you have the door swing as well, which is always an important element to keep in mind. This door swing does not matter. You're losing about 2 feet here. No, more than that. 2 feet 6 inches. So about 30 inches of space that you don't need as you open the door. So a lot of rooms have this, but the door opens into the room. So it's like adding 3 feet onto it. So this is really like a 15 by 13 bedroom. Otherwise, I like the elements up top. Just gives a little definition to the room. They're not huge, but they're small drywall details that make a big difference. Stand-up shower. Most bathrooms, they'll give you an overhead, handheld, all-in-one. They did both here, which is great, and they're using 𝗕𝗢𝗄𝗡𝗦𝗢𝗥𝗑𝗘, great system, and I love that they separate the hand shower. You can also notice the integrated drain down here, so it blends into the tile. It's a very integrated look, very clean. Everything about here is high-end. You'll notice that they have 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗱 toilets as well. You'll never see these type of things in an apartment. They have the same finishes for the sinks. I really like how these are built out. So these do not open, but then you have all the space underneath. And on the vanity size, we're looking at 5 feet 6 inches. Very good space. One thing to note is you have the dual sinks. You have granite right here, which you don't see granite as often, but it fits all the finishes in here. You'll also notice the Schluter strip on top of the tile here. So they finish this off. I mean, most buildings do not go to this high level detail in order of finishing things. One thing to keep in mind, this is your closet right here. Some might find this a little short on closet space. I would be one of them. There's always going to be a trade-off on these units, but it's important for you to see this in this tier. The balcony is enormous. Look at this space. It's about 11 a.m. It's November 3rd, and we're going to see how much space we have here. 33 feet 5 inches. We are looking all the way to Michigan, Indiana. You can see Navy Pier over here. You can see fireworks. You can see games. I mean, you can literally watch part of the game from here. You can hear the trains as they come in, and I don't mean in an annoying nuisance type of a way. Urban sound, white noise, if you want to come out and experience that. You can see the life of the city coming through everything right here. You have some of the best parks in Chicago right outside your door. The running trail, the bike trail, everything is right here. There's even a skate park if that's your thing. There's a pantry right here that we didn't discuss. Built out, full size. You have a full stand-up tub here. 𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗦𝗢𝗥𝗑𝗘 finishes as well. I love the finish on these tiles. They look very good. The grout blends in so well. It almost looks like one tile all the way up. You have a single sink and very well positioned and laid out. I like how large this vanity is too. The full length mirror with the light, the illuminated sides. The LED offers a really nice benefit that you don't always see. And they have towels, they have towel bars and bathroom accessories that you don't always get. I've noticed it's a new thing in a lot of buildings. They're not doing those type of things. You're not getting bathroom bars, you're not getting the accessories you need to hang up things. That's this unit. Adam and I have been standing, sitting, walking around this unit, and the main thing that we agree on, this is a really cool couch. We're in a standard, there's nothing standard about this building. You get in the habit of saying these things because you're used to walking hundreds, dozens of buildings. There's nothing standard about this building. We're in an elegant, well-finished, well laid out, 2-bedroom, 2-bath at NEMA. Look at this balcony. If it's the same size as the one upstairs, it's over 30 feet. We're gonna measure it soon enough, but looking at it, I think it is. That was 33 feet upstairs. So the biggest differences I'm noticing between the Skyline collection and everything beneath, small difference in finishes, not better or worse though. Frankly, I'm a huge fan of matte finishes, and I think matte surfaces are really in right now and will be for the time being. And these are matte. Upstairs, they weren't. So I think this is a more modern approach, more modern look. The ceiling height. This is 9 feet, which is what you get in most places. Skyline collection was 10. And then it had small differences in the bathroom. So if we come in here, they had a different tile selection and they had a different countertop selection in here. But again, I'm a bigger fan of this. So they had roughly the same size vanity. These are on push buttons. There were false drawers up top, so you couldn't use them. So you actually weren't getting more space. This is same 𝗕𝗢𝗓𝗔𝗐𝗔𝗓 Ďurvit sinks, same fixtures, same faucets. So the real elements have not changed. You go that way, I'll go this way. This is the second bedroom, very straightforward. They have the same system where you open up the door, have access, kind of a Jack and Jill situation without a bedroom on the other side. And closet size, fairly typical and normal. You know, model units are always really funny to me. So this is 6 feet. We usually see 7 feet. Model units are always funny to me because they have all this stuff that you would never actually use. Like you would never use these, right? I almost broke that bulb. But they look good in their place. This room really works out well. So very straightforward bedroom. Perfect place for a dining room table, but here's the caveat. If you lay the room out this way, one thing, I don't think you want your couch facing a wall. You want it facing the lake, the view, out to the vista, everything. So I would kind of swap this, but where they have the junction box, this right here where they've added this light, this is really the only place you can have the dining room table. So if you choose to do that, you could have these back to back, right? So like the couch here, and then put your TV on that wall, because the door for the outdoor space is gonna open here. So there's nothing obstructing this. You're not gonna ever put anything here, so it's easy for that. A lot of times these doors will be right here, and you're like, who made this decision? And it's a swing door that sometimes goes in, but this goes out. So you never have to worry about that. You come out here, yeah, it's exactly the same, 33.5 on this space. These are enormous balconies. It spreads the width of the entire unit. It's a great day to be filming, but these views are always going to be good. And even though we have this building right in front of us, and I know at night you can see in, it's not my focal point. My focal point is this. And I love seeing the trains come by. You can see the metro just rolling in right now. That's on the electric line. You can see a site right here, which likely one day will turn into something, but for now is not. So don't let that bother you because you're renting. You're not going to have to make this permanent decision anyway. And that's one of the biggest benefits of renting, right? You get to experience these different neighborhoods of Chicago, these different buildings, these different types of living. I've lived in walk-ups, I've lived in high-rise buildings, I've owned, I've rented. I haven't rented in 11 years, and I've been doing it for 3 months now. I'm kind of digging it. We can talk about equity. It's a totally different conversation. Get at me, we'll do a buyer's consult. We can go over all your living situation, all of your real estate decisions in the future. But right here today, I'm reminded why you rent, because you're likely, unless you hire a very good designer, you're not gonna make such good decisions. I am very impressed with all the design decisions. We have a client that lives in a unit just like this. It's on the other side of the building. It's a very large 1-bedroom. I loved his unit. And for him, he works right over there off Randolph. So he had the perfect, easy walk to get there. He was in Fulton Market before, and this was a much closer destination for him and something that worked better for him. We have our dishwasher, Blomberg right here, all soft close cabinetry of course. And now these are different cabinets because upstairs they had an Italian marker, but here's something that few people talk about. You can add any marker you want. I mean, I can make these Italian very easily, right? So You don't really know where these are made. I think a lot of them are made in China, assembled in different places, and then they put whatever moniker they want for the label, brand, company that's selling them at that point. But you don't really care about that. You care how they function. These look just as nice as anything that was in the Skyline collection to me. Appliances are a little different. So you have the same dishwasher, yeah. You have a different stove. This is a Bloomberg stove. Upstairs, they were using Bosch for everything. And then you have a Bloomberg fridge as well. Of course, all the goodies were in the model. There is not water in this fridge, and there is ice. There's everything else you need. Now, the washer and dryers are the same too. We have Whirlpool right here, and come here, let's talk about this. When you walk into a unit, this is the hallway here. One thing, I like how grand these are. You can see all the way down. It feels a little hotel-esque because it is so long, but you can see the light flooding into the hallway, which I think is a really good look. The ceiling dropped about a foot here. So this was, who was it? Frank Lloyd Wright? Yeah, Frank Lloyd Wright. It was compression and expansion. So you come in to my unit, I welcome you. You can have a nice credenza right here on the side. There's plenty of space here. I mean, this is probably 4 or 5 feet. Wow, 5'4". I had that backwards, not 4 or 5, 5'4" feet. And when you get in here, okay, it could feel a little tight, but then, wow, you turn the corner and you see everything that expands. In addition to that, you get the privacy. No one gets to see your home. No one's looking right into your unit. So I love this entrance. And this is one of the best entrances you're gonna find. As we walk through here, you can see how big it is. Let's go look at the primary. So again, talking about all the model stuff. I love this bed frame. Takes a minimal amount of space. I love the lighting that it gives. And I don't know if they added these. I mean, it would seem very peculiar to do this just for a model, but maybe they did. But I'm guessing there probably are junction boxes too, standard right above here. One closet here, and so we are a little tight on closet space. Let's be real about it. If you had 2 people living here, as in a roommate situation, this would never work. If this was my wife and me, then we would expand this up. We'd do 2 rows, and then I'd be stuck with the other closet in the other room, and that'd be fine, and that's just how it usually works out. So a little tight. Now let's see this. Is this? Oh, closet lights right there. And then I don't know how these are controlled, but it's staging. Let's not focus on that. These have all the 𝗥𝗲𝗡𝗍 thermostats, which have all the best features of a Nest, but I've been told work better, work longer, have fewer issues than a Nest has. Nest is more beautiful though, but whatever. We come in through here, same vanity that we saw before. The vanity is 6 feet, so we're larger. That's interesting. We're larger than the Skyline collection vanities that we saw upstairs. There's more space here. You have a very similar design with the black. Upstairs, they didn't have a black frame. I like the black frame. Black frame around with the LEDs on the side. Push button for everything here. And then you have the stand-up shower. So here are some noticeable differences. There is not a separate hand shower. There's only one that you can use. And here, we do not have the integrated drain that we had upstairs, which is definitely a higher end, better design feature. It really looks good. You know what I like? Look at this. They have this on both sides that allows you to hold a towel here, which is a really utilitarian look. It's almost mirrored. As I was looking at this, I thought I was looking at one on the other side, but then realized there's 2, right? I like these units. NEMA is one of my favorite buildings in Chicago. Without question, they mastered the amenity race that was happening with all of these apartment buildings. They created the best amenities in Chicago and one of the most premier locations that whether you're going to Hyde Park or going to Evanston, this is a location that's fitting for anyone that wants these type of views in a highly advanced, technologically able building that has the highest internet of any building in Chicago.